Hello and welcome to your monthly TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are looking at October 2021. I can't quite wrap my head around that, but welcome. These are your TarotScopes for the month ahead. TarotScopes are released every single month on the last Friday of the month to give you insight, inspiration, and guidance for the month ahead. The videos will remain available to you throughout the month of October and even after that. So if you ever need to come back and watch again, you certainly can do so. TarotScopes, I have put them together to help you with insight, with guidance, with inspiration, looking at various or a few areas of life that I feel is relevant and appropriate for every one of us. So just a little bit of insight into the energies around what you can expect on emotions, what you can expect around finances, and what you can expect around your health, as well as giving you an overall kind of theme for the month ahead. And also, just before we finish off, I like to give a little bit of information as to what to watch out for and what to embrace, what to accept into your life during the month as well. I've had so many people say to me over the last couple of months when they've watched the TarotScopes that they've come back to it sort of closer to the end of the month or partway through the month, just as a reminder, just to sort of check. And there's so much that is applicable and appropriate. And I'm always a little bit blown away as to how relevant it can be for so many different people. I also, when I set up and start recording these videos, I do set the intention that it be applicable to your sun sign, which is your standard zodiac that we're all aware of, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So if you know what your moon sign is, if you know what your rising sign is, you can watch those videos as well, which will help you to have a little bit more information into you, what you're dealing with, and what you're going through. All I ask in return, if you do enjoy the content, all I ask is that you click that subscribe button over there. Click the subscribe button, and then if you click the little bell next to it, basically what happens is you will then receive a notification every single time I upload a video. At the moment, my upload schedule is a daily tarot reading, 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday. Actually, I'm lying to you, that's Monday to Saturday, because on Sundays I like to do Oracle Sundays. So Oracle Sundays, we do a little bit more of an in-depth reading. We give a little bit more guidance into the Sunday and into the week coming up. So you can almost look at it as a week ahead kind of forecast energetically. And then during the week, we'll have just a straightforward tarot reading to give guidance for the day. And then every Friday, we'll have something interesting. Normally it's a pick a card. Normally it's a pick a card kind of reading. And the last Friday or Friday of the month will be TarotScopes. And there may be one or two little other things that might crop in over the next month as well. So do be sure to click that subscribe button. And click the bell so that you don't miss anything. And of course, if you want more from me, there's always more. Now I sound like I'm an advert, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm trying to sell myself to you. But if you want more, if you would like to have personal reading with me once a week, do consider joining my YouTube channel members. So just once you've clicked subscribe, just beneath over there, you will find, once you've clicked subscribe, you will find a button that says join. And when you join there on the second or the third tier, every single Wednesday evening, South African time, 7 p.m., I do live readings where you get to ask questions and you get to get instant answers from me. The channel is growing so nicely. I have so many members already, and I love it. It is just, we have so much fun on a Wednesday evening. It's so interactive, it's so fun, and I know that everybody who's part of the club just can't wait for Wednesdays to come along. So let me stop babbling now. I'm finished with my sales pitch. Let's get into your TarotScopes, because that is, of course, exactly why you are here and what you are looking for. So we're going to get started, and I do hope that you enjoy. Okay, Cancerians, let's get into your reading and see what the month of October has in store for you. I have laid out the cards, and we're going to start with this one over here, which is going to give you your theme for the month ahead. So let's have a look. October for Cancerians, we have got the card that says the now. So that is the theme for the month. It basically says staying in the present. It's about being mindful and I almost want to say aware of what's happening here and now. Don't be worrying about the past. Don't be thinking about the future. It's about staying in the present. It's about staying in the here and the now, which is what is going to be important for you during the month of October. And you know what? It's actually quite difficult. Let's be completely honest. You know, as humans, we're so focused on the past and what happened and who did what to who and how often, and then we're also so focused on the future with setting goals and achieving goals and, you know, doing all the things that we want and that we need. We actually forget about the present. We forget about living in the here and the now, and just really enjoying life. So Cancerians, and it's quite interesting because the little graphic, and they're normally little geometric kind of patterns on this deck, and it looks to me like an alarm clock, an old-fashioned alarm clock. And isn't that exactly, again, what an alarm clock does? It reminds you, wake up now, do this now, time to do this in this moment. So very interesting, Cancerians. We're going to now start looking at the tarot to get detailed insight into different areas and aspects of your life. We're going to start over here. We're going to do these 3 cards first. And this first one here is going to give you insight into your emotional self during the month of October. So on an emotional level, what's happening, what's going on, what do you need to know and be aware of? And what we have on an emotional level, I'm bumping all the cards, is the Ace of Cups, which is just phenomenal. So emotionally, it's about being open to new opportunities, new people, new circumstances, new situations. It's basically about opening your heart space and letting people, circumstances, and situations come in emotionally. So even though we're focusing on the now, or we're being very much in the moment, we're being very much focused on whatever the activity is at hand. But on an emotional level, instead of thinking of past and thinking of future, it's about being in the present. When we look at this card, so here we have this lady who is larger than life in comparison to the trees around her. She's sort of kneeling on the water's edge, or hovering on the water. She's got this huge big cup, and she's just supporting it. She's just holding it and loving it. And from that cup are coming out all these beautiful butterflies. And we know butterflies are all about transformation and change. So Cancerians, emotionally, there's going to be new, I want to say new feelings. There's going to be new emotions, new feelings, new people, new situations that are coming into your space. Welcome it with open arms. Don't don't question, don't overthink, don't overanalyze. Okay, just be open to it, just welcome it and accept it, and just let it be, because it's going to be really, really awesome. We're now going to move on to this card, and this card is going to be giving you insight into your finances, into your wealth and the money, the career, and all of those. So the energy for you, Cancerians, for the month of October, what we have there is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the card of celebration. It's the card of commitment. It's the card of celebration. So I honestly think when I look at this card in relation to your finances, I think it's saying you have worked so hard towards something. You know, you'd set some goals and you've been working towards it, and now you're at a point where it's maybe coming to fruition. All the energy, all the effort, all the stuff that you've been working on, everything that you've been doing with regards to your finances, you're going to see coming to life now in the month of October. So it may be just even doing, I'm going to call it a stock take, okay? Doing a financial stock take of your situation, of your circumstance, and almost acknowledging all that you've achieved and all that you've accomplished. But the Four of Wands is specifically coming together to celebrate, coming together to acknowledge and to celebrate a cause, a situation, a something. And I do think this is really saying to you, look at your situation realistically, honestly, without judgment. Okay, I think that's the big thing, is without judgment. Be open and honest with yourself about your financial situation. And even if it's not fantastic, even if it's not fabulous, even if it is not, you know, everything that your heart desires, it's about celebrating and acknowledging enough, celebrating, acknowledging that you do have whatever it is that you need, and actually things are pretty okay. Things are pretty okay. I do also want to just add with the Four of Wands, it is about the long-term commitment. So as much as our theme is about being in the now, financially, it's the long-term goals and it's the long-term commitment that you've stuck with that is bringing you the success and the happiness that you're looking for. So even though we're just being in the now, being in the moment, we are financially looking at the bigger picture and recognizing that this is a long-term goal, this is a long-term project, and where you're at within that is actually pretty okay. All right, I actually quite like that. And Cancerians, we're now going to look at this card, which has got to do with your health and well-being. So on a physical level, with your physical body, with your health and well-being, what is the energy of October? What do you need to know, and what do you need to be aware of? And what we have there is the beautiful Empress. Please excuse the little bit of glare. We have these cards are very glossy, so lighting is always a challenge for me. Empress. The Empress is all about bringing life to a thing, okay? It's about that nurturing, that love, but giving birth to a situation, a circumstance. And I think from a physical point of view, when we talk about health and well-being and the Empress card, her message for you is that you have the power to create so much out of nothing, okay? You have the power to create life out of practically nothing, and you are in control, that you are the one who is making the decisions, doing the work, and creating beautiful outcomes. And this is something that you need to be very, very mindful of. So from a health and well-being point of view, if you are suffering with any kind of ailments, if you are having any kind of problems at the moment, I am going to say to you, it's very internal, okay? It's very internal, very stomach oriented, I'm going to say, but it's also about recognizing that you have the ability to create this. So whatever the situation is, just be honest with yourself around your thoughts, around your feelings, around your anxieties, around your stresses. And what are you internalizing? Okay? What are you internalizing? What are you doing to yourself? Because whatever is happening around you is something that you have probably fed energy and emotion into and created this. But it also, on the positive side, on the flip side of that, the Empress is saying that you have the ability to change. You have the ability to turn this situation around and to improve by focusing more inwardly, okay? Focusing more in the Empress, she gives life to circumstances, to situations, to things, but she also nurtures and takes care of. And this is what you need to do from a health and well-being point of view. Recognize, how are you impacting your current circumstance? What are your thoughts and feelings? What are your doubts and insecurities? And how are they manifesting in the physical level? Please just remember, our theme is the now. So I almost want to say, don't focus too much on the negative or the past or things that happened previously, or have fear about what's coming up. If you focus on where you are at in the now, in the moment, you will find that you will be able to resolve and overcome and ease any kind of conditions, problems, and situations that you have. All right, I think that's quite interesting. I quite like that. Alrighty, so Cancerians, we've got 2 cards left, and these 2 cards is what you need to embrace during the month of October and what you need to watch out for or be careful of during the month of October. So let's turn them over and see what we get. So what do you need to embrace? What energy needs embracing during the month of October? And we've got the King of Cups. It's interesting how the card, if you look at it, it's like his suit, his clothing is the water. So he's in it, he's not in it. It's such an illusion. I love this deck. It's so awesome. King of Cups is about taking control of your emotions, and it's very interesting how these 3 are really, and obviously bringing those into it as well. But these 3, I really feel like they're forming such a cohesive unit. And Cancerians, what the King of Cups is saying to you is, don't let your emotions run away with you. Don't let your emotions become a problem that isn't there. You can see that we've got some beautiful fishes, beautiful whales, or whatever they are. He's got a sailboat with him as well, and he's very much in control. He's deciding what, when, who, and how. And this is what we need to do on an emotional level. We mustn't allow our emotions to run away with us, and that's something that maybe we can bring into this Empress card with the physical body as well. But remember that this is going to be a month of new feelings, of new experiences, of new emotions, but you need to remain very much in control. Now, I am going to say to you, for all my Cancerians, being in control doesn't mean restricting. I need to say that again. Being in control of your emotions doesn't mean that you have to restrict or hold back your emotions. Being in control just means that you don't allow the emotions to run away with you. Okay? Have them, feel them, acknowledge them, experience them, but don't allow them to take over and to control you. You want to, so if you're feeling happy, really be in that moment and truly have that experience of happiness, of joy, of laughter, of whatever it is. If you're feeling angry, be in that moment and be angry, but don't allow the anger to really negatively impact on yourself, on your life, and on your activities. It's about being in control of your emotions, not restricting or limiting them. And this is something that you need to embrace. But again, I want to remind you of the now, okay? So be in control of your emotions in the moment. Is the emotion relevant to the situation or to the emotion or to what you're going through? Be open to it, acknowledge it, welcome it, but celebrate the achievements and the accomplishments and all that you have created for yourself. I like it. Let's have a look at our last card here. And this one's going to give you what it is that you need to be careful of for the month of October, or what you need to watch out for the month of October. So what we have there is the Nine of Wands, okay? And the Nine of Wands is the card of, I'm going to call it just absolute exhaustion. The Nine of Wands is the card that says, I don't know how much more of this I can handle. But you know what it is? It's more a mental struggle. It's more a mindset than a physical. Because if you have a look at the card, and it might not be completely clear, but all these little lines that we have on her shirt are actually scars, but they're on her shirt, they're not on her flesh. So it's like, I want the world to see how exhausted I am. I want everybody to acknowledge how much I've been through and all that I've accomplished. But the truth of the matter is, it's actually not been that bad. So this being the card of what you need to be careful of, Cancerians, I think what it's saying is, don't allow your stress and your anxiety to rule. It's about being in the now and being in control of your emotions. So this is really talking, I'm going to call it the same story, the same language. So what to embrace, what to really embrace during the month is control of emotions. And what to be mindful of is that you don't allow your head and your stress and your anxiety to run away with you. Okay, so we're not done yet, Cancerians, because I have a whole nother oracle deck here. This is the oracle deck that pairs with this particular tarot, and I want to just get an extra card to understand this a little bit more. Okay, so from the oracle deck, we're asking for clarity and confirmation around what to embrace and what to watch out for during the month of October. Let's see what we get. Okay, I'm going to take that one. Let's put these away. So look at this. What we have is card 22, which is like a bird. It is this blue bird. But look at her. She's so beautiful. She's got her wings. She's got her protection and everything. But then she is also lovingly embracing the blue bird of happiness. I want to actually stick it in the middle of these two because it's definitely, I'm going to call it the link between our two tarot cards. And the way that I'm interpreting this like a bird, this blue bird that we have here is, birds have freedom, freedom to fly, freedom to go, freedom to experience. And birds are also very much in the now. They're not so much worried about where they were yesterday or where they're going tomorrow. They are today, what is right for me today? What are the opportunities presented to me today? And the fact that she's sort of touching and holding on to the bird, and both of them sort of looking in the same direction, because that's what I'm seeing. It's like they're both looking in the same direction. It's confirmation that there are no boundaries, there are no limits, and there are no restrictions as to what you can do, as to what, being in control of your emotions, and again, not worrying about the things that could potentially go wrong. It's almost like being aware of your motivation, and I think falling under the Four of Wands is also quite appropriate, because this is about celebration of commitment, celebration of coming together, of unity, of all of those things, and that's with regards to your finances. But we all know that our material possessions, our physical world, ties in very much with our emotions, doesn't it? Okay, so being in the now with this bird is your motivation. This bird is saying to you, feel the wind beneath your wings. Recognize, you can see that her wings are developing. Okay, she is developing her wings, which means that she has the ability to fly. So Cancerians, for you, month of October is about being present, being in the moment. It's about being in control of your emotions, to not allow them to fly away with you. But it's also about making sure that we're not so focused on the challenges, the problems, the stresses, and the anxieties. They will be there, but you've got to also make sure that your mind is not leading you astray with regards to that. And recognize that you have the flexibility and the freedom to explore, to go wherever you want, be open to new emotional situations, opportunities, and circumstances. Celebrate all your achievements and recognize that you are the creator of your own reality. I do hope that the month of October is a really good one for you. I do hope that it's going to bring you so much happiness and so much joy and the abundance that you need. Recognize that you have the ability to go wherever your heart desires, to do whatever your heart desires. You are not limited or restricted in any way. So, Cancerians, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, take care.